So this one might be this story is me going into season 3 playing in the Middle East.
Gotcha.
So I just played season 2. We lost to go to the championship with We lost to go to the Final Four. It was me, my other import, Hassan Whiteside, right? Before he went to the NBA, right? Shout out to Hassan. And it was me, Hassan Whiteside, and Flip Murray, right? That was our team.
Here's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, so that off season, I was home, obviously go home, chill with Bella, street ball duties, and then it's time for me to dip back where I'm going, figure out where I'm going. And obviously I'm in the Middle East. So I know I'm going to sign back in Lebanon somewhere, just don't know which team yet. So at this point, I ended up going to Dubai before I re-signed with my team to see the woman I was dating at the time, right? So I'm in Dubai, and then the team that I signed with, I was with the season before. It's like, look, our budget got cut in half. We want you, but we got to pay you half of. We're paying everybody half who signs back with us.
Yeah.
I was never taking half of what I was earning because that doesn't help you years after. They know you can get cheap labor.
It sets a precedent.
There you go. So I politely declined with no job offer. And I had no other options at that point. So I then sitting on the shelf in Dubai, right? So I'm like, what's going to happen next? So I ended up playing in a Dubai Cup.
Okay.
Which is, like the small cups that these international leagues have.
Yeah.
A bunch of teams in the Middle East come to Dubai, play in the cup for like 7 to 10 days, and you go from there. So after that, I played well. I played with an Egyptian team. A team in Qatar in their league, they wanted me.
Okay.
Sent the contract over, and then last minute reneged on the deal. 2 days later, a team in Iraq, right? Iraq, we want you now. Here's a salary. Money was right. But there's something going on right now in Iraq. ISIS, Black Flag.
Yeah.
ISIS is going ham.
Yeah, that was like the
This
peak.
is the peak, the height of ISIS in Iraq. And
the last thing you want to do is be an American in Iraq at that time.
So here's my thoughts. I said, well, I just turned down a job that was paying me 50% less. That offered 50% less. The Qatar option is no longer. The only option on the table is Iraq or take a risk, pass down on that job and wait for another job.
Yeah.
In the height of ISIS, what do? I said, when's the flight leave? I'm there. Just like that. See, the thing is with this game, with what a lot of people do not know, you're only as good as your options. I've said it on plenty of podcasts, but the L word, leverage. You ain't got leverage, you ain't got shit.
Facts.
Right? And this is year 3, and I did 3 more seasons in Lebanon. So if I don't take that job, that's the second one in about 6 weeks that came. What happens if I don't take that job, right?
You lose the leverage.
There's no other option. What do you have, right?
Yeah.
And was I ready to take a risk right then and there on not accepting that job, waiting for another? I wasn't, because again, I'd rather be in motion. Now here's the thing. Tell me a country, right, in the world, as an import, as a black American man going to play basketball in these countries, war-torn or not, has a gym ever gotten blown up? Have they ever kidnapped a basketball player? Go over there, do your job, go to practice, go eat, go back home.
And that's it.
And that's it. So it's funny because the way I grew up, there was a route. You just go do what you need to do. You already know what happens late night in New York. Go inside. So the area I grew up in, the environment I grew up in prepared me already mentally for something like that. Like if you can survive and thrive in New York, where's really a problem for you? I'm not a journalist. I'm not on the front line trying to have a camera there, trying to interview people.
Yeah, you're not.
No one's bothering me.
You're not speaking out against the regime.
No one's
you're not doing anything.
Me.
Yeah.
All I got to do is do what? Go to practice.
Go home.
Go home. Go eat. That's it. Tell you the funny thing about it. That's where I got on Game of Thrones. Because I was watching Game of Thrones.
I thought you were on Game of Thrones for a second. I was like, how did I not know about this?
I'd have been really, really popping. I've been on a Netflix TV series.
Yeah, which I didn't know until I saw you on there.
You saw me on it?
Yeah. I was like, wait, is Corey a cop in the background?
How about this? Corey was a homicide detective in the homicide division investigating a homicide. What are those odds?
Detective homicide. We got another body on our hands.
What was those odds? As the guy named Homicide. Yeah. Unbelievable. But back to Iraq. I was in my hotel and the soccer team stayed there and it was very cold because you're getting that cold from Russia coming off those mountains hitting you in Iraq. And I was in Kurdistan. So Kurdistan is actually an independent state in the whole country of Iraq. So I was actually in the safest area.
Okay.
Like on the borders, ISIS was trying to get in.
Yep.
And the government, the Kurdish armed forces, you're not coming in. So they never made it in where we were at.
Yeah, gotcha.
You know, but that was wild. You know, I saw 6-year-old kids. I had documented all of this. This is on my Instagram. Too far to go back. So many posts.
Yeah.
But I may go back. It'd take me about 40 minutes of
scrolling back.
But this was a powerful image because it literally was a 6-year-old, 7-year-old kid. He couldn't be no older than 8. I think he was 6. Selling cigarettes and phone credit to feed his family.
Yeah.
And it just gave me perspective. Like, how could I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm in Iraq. You know it's big in Iraq. Oil. Okay. With that, here's a kid selling phone credit and cigarettes to feed his family.
Yeah.
I would just give him money every day. This is crazy. This is not living, but that's his reality.
That's his reality, yeah.
It's his reality. We go to and from practice in our car, and you would see unfinished buildings. People are living in them. What kind of conditions are that? Cold. What are they doing at night? You understand what I'm saying? How are they sleeping warm at night? No electricity, no running water.
Yeah. All they've got is a roof over their heads, basically.
And it's a skeleton of a building. It's an unfinished building.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It does put it into perspective, right?
Man.
You know, I'm sitting here complaining I didn't get lost and found, and you know, there's the reality of that. Like, I'm complaining about first world problems. You know, you don't realize how lucky you are until you see how
other people have it.
And I see it in Greece all the time too. You know, I go back to Greece in the summertime, and we go back, like, Greece is obviously going through economic troubles and for many years now, and we go back, right? And we think it's all party and games and all that sort of stuff. Then you see some Greeks doing it tough. But then you see, like, the immigrants that come to Greece from these kind of countries, Iraq, African nations, Nigeria, wherever it may be, and even Giannis Antetokounmpo is the perfect example, selling, you know, bootleg CDs on the streets of Athens.
Hustling for real.
That's
hustle.
That's hustle, right? Now he's got enough money to buy the whole of Greece over 3 times. So shout out to him too. But it does open your eyes to the realities of life.
Man, you know, so I think that it was an eye-opening experience to see how other people really live in those type of situations. I think one of the biggest things is, for me, is, you know, as a black man, you know, we got it hard. Like, nobody wants to be black that's not black. We have it the hardest. But until you go and see the world, you'll understand, like, there's people that aren't black that got it just as bad. Like, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I lived and played in China.
Yeah.
You know, and all people, this is the worst. Like, there's a lot of stereotypes, right? But a lot of people think just if you're Asian or Chinese, like, you got money.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen hard living. In every country I've been in, I've seen hard living. And if there's 1 billion people in your country, everybody ain't got it.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
everybody just don't have it. And I saw it. You know, I saw people living in, like, their homes were like the size of, like, a prison cell. It's just concrete slabs.
Yeah.
Like, it's real out here. So, you know, it just made me, I always appreciate everything, but it just makes you, just in case if you stop beginning not to appreciate things, here's a reminder. Here's a reminder. So, like, the biggest thing I want my daughter to do, I always tell Bella, I'm like, yo, listen, B, when you finish and you graduate college, like her degree's in communications, right? When you graduate college, I need you to travel for like a year. Then come back and tell me what you want to do. Because, you know, this kid is spoiled, right? For all the right reasons. You want exposure leads to expansion, right? So she works hard. She doesn't give any problems. So that way she has whatever she wants from me, she got her mother the same way. So she travels a lot. So she's seen a lot. But now I want her to make sure she sees the world.
Yeah.
On her own with her friends, not with her parents.
Yeah, it's a different vibe.
Sitting well, eating well, living. No. Go out there. You know, and that's why I appreciate backpackers. I appreciate them. They just go with the backpack. They stay in hostel. Like, it's not even about how you live, and it's like, just see the whole experience.
Yeah.
Gives you a better perspective on life. If you've been eating fucking steak every day, is steak good to you? You don't even know if steak is good. You haven't tried anything else.
You don't know. Yeah.
You ain't seen nothing else. You know what I mean? So I think just education is the best thing someone can have. Education and perspective on life and different types of living is very important.
All right, there you go. C-Dub dropping some knowledge bombs for the Corey story this week. All right, we're going to take another break. We're going to come back with some more listener questions.
No doubt.